Told me this your last time. That's what you said last time. Going too fast. Can't remember the last time. You said you act right. Don't act like it's your last shot. Table full of white and green. People I ain't never seen before. All these drugs I ain't never seen before. Can't you tell me what this mean? What this mean? Can't you tell me what this mean? I should've never had you out in the valley. Girl, all I know said she keep it classy. I would've never known if she never asked me. I think they got her tied up, locked in now. It don't matter, lined up, high up now. I think it's getting hard to find her now. Lessons learned, lessons learned. What's gonna light the way? Bridges burn, bridges burn. Told me this your last time. That's what you said last time. Going too fast. Can't remember the last time. You said you act right. Don't act like it's your last shot. Table full of white and green. People I ain't never seen before. All these drugs I ain't never seen before. Can't you tell me what this mean? What this mean? Can't you tell me what this mean?
That was the gist of it. But it was one young lady that she took a different point of view on it and everything. Not that I'm upset with her point of view, but that's not what I was trying to convey. You know what I'm saying? And it made me think about implicit bias, how we read something or we see something and we automatically got implicit bias. What are some of the implicit bias that you have that has hurt you and your community or has helped you and your community? I will go ahead and let Mr. Dr. Wisdom go with first on that one. Dr. Wisdom?
I didn't hear you, man. I'm sorry.
Did we introduce ourselves already?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
I'm
All
like,
right.
who is Dr. Wisdom?
Yeah, but so go ahead and I'm sorry. Since you brought that up to my attention, Shanita, please introduce yourself when I go around. Let everybody introduce themselves.
You also
Hi,
got cut off on your
everyone.
topic.
All right. Go ahead,
Hi,
Shanita.
everyone. My name is Shanita. I am a Navy veteran, and I know Lou from when we were stationed together in Norfolk, Virginia, and I'm so happy to be here tonight.
Thank you. Ms. Williams, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Tara, and happy to be on the show with everybody tonight, chopping it up. And I know Mr. Lou. We're from the same hometown, and we attended and graduated high school together.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tara.
Hey.
Mr. Clark.
Hello, everybody. My name is Calvin Clark. I met William Lewis in Saudi Arabia, and I am happy to be on the show and been putting up with this mess for a while.
We're not talking to you no more, Clark. Go ahead, Rice.
How
Oh,
y'all doing today? My name is Rory Rice. I met William Lewis on the USS Theodore Roosevelt on deployment. I interviewed him for 6 months to see whether he could be my protege or not, whether he was worthy of my mentorship, and he was. And I think we made each other better people. And it's y'all privilege and honor to be here with me. So y'all welcome.
is
Miss
he
Last
still
Thanks come.
talking?
Yeah, he's still talking. Miss
The
Last
problem
Thanks
is you
coming.
ain't listening.
Yeah, thanks for coming to the party. You want to introduce yourself and tell them where we know each other at from?
Did you say me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, this is Tanya. I know William from McDowell County from West Virginia, Blackdowell County, the SNP the patch.
From your home.
Yeah. So tonight we talking about.
Y'all got a secret handshake to go with all this secret stuff about West
Matt, I
Virginia?
mean Lou,
It's a
when
secret.
somebody
It's a
else on
secret.
here.
Yeah, it is a secret. Yes, Shanita, is somebody else on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Rice is a secret. We from the patch, baby. We love where we from. Plain and simple.
That's right.
McDowell County.
West Virginia is always home.
Hmm. But
Let's say it right. Let's say wild and wonderful, because that's what the signs say.
West Bygard, Virginia. How about that?
Ah,
hey, I ain't even gotta
okay,
say
I
nothing.
give you that. I
Hey,
like West Virginia for its historical values.
uh, hashtag patch women. They'll stand up for what we believe. So I ain't gotta say nothing. Hey, happy National Woman Day to y'all women too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
yeah. So happy National Women Day. But tonight we're gonna be talking about
Give
implicit
me why
bias.
we can't get no clap.
You gotta earn that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And all of y'all international women.
Is that better?
Yes.
Hey, Shanita, I told you, I always told you I only got two brain cells. They need reminders sometimes.
It's okay. Don't worry. We got your back. We got your back.
All right. But yeah, so tonight we talking about implicit bias. We talking about our impact on of our implicit bias in our own communities. Because we all have our own implicit biases. It's like I know for me growing up, if a woman talked to me a certain way, I I have implicit bias on that. I don't want to deal with that type of woman. She carry herself a certain way. I don't want to deal with that type of woman. It's my own implicit bias. Or it's the same way with a dude. Like whatever he doing, because I don't want to go down that road. You know what I'm saying? Did that impact me in my community? Did it hurt me? Did it help me? I don't know, because I could have formed some relationships that needed to be formed, and some I didn't that didn't need to be formed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let Dr. Wisdom, which is Roy Rice, is what I call him. Let him go first and let him see what he think.
There is an implicit bias in our community, and a lot of my problem is that we share with the outside world, and you allow society at large to paint us with the same brush, be a man or woman. And I have my own, and I'm very transparent with them. And usually, I get the usual sign language when I say, hey, certain things I don't do, certain things I won't do, and I get your mama black and somebody was your stepdaddy. But I try to keep those to myself unless I'm questioned. A friend of mine told me one time you need a person's permission to teach them something.
Hmm.
So if I don't have your permission to share that or you didn't ask me about it, I just keep it to myself.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Anybody want to expound upon that? Got something to say to that? Anybody want to say? Do they are they in touch with their explicit bias? Because I know I am. I mean, it's just like I said. There's certain people I don't talk to because of certain things, the way they talk or their mentality. That's implicit bias of my own. It's like, does that make you racist against your own people? Just so much that goes in with that. Uh, try.
I mean, I think like for me, for instance, it's not that I don't want to. I got a bias against my people. I mean, it's just some of my people are not doing what I'm doing anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all
Hmm.
did things when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do no more, but you still got friends, family members that are still doing the same thing. So I just separate myself away from it.
Any of you ladies
So
want to speak
they
on that?
call it time warp.
To expound on that a little bit on what Mr. Clark was saying. Um, it made me think about, I mean, at first I didn't, I did, it made me think about my implicit bias on as well. When, when I feel, when I feel that when I have taking myself away from doing the things of what I used to do when I was, but then like you said, you might go home and they still down there, maybe I'm gonna say um I'm not gonna say like maybe smoking weed or doing any kind of illegal drugs or all time of the night and doing all that twerking and with no clothes on and all this other stuff, at the red light, at the red light doing all that twerking, the song, the song. But but I think about it, I was like, man, I remember the time when I was like that, but I don't know if you grow older. I mean, you just grow up and don't have to think about that anymore. But I can't say that I can't say that I'm biased against my own people. It's just certain circumstances and certain situations that makes me like that because I've been there and done that. Now I'm grown out of it. Now I'm trying to go and do something bigger and better, like learn how to flip a house and all this other good stuff,
But
and how to make stuff work for me. So
you
I
right.
in that
You
when it comes to stuff
Burks.
like that, oh,
You
you don't
right.
cut me off. Never
Yeah,
mind.
because
I don't.
you was going. You was going. But
Oh
you're
yeah, I
right.
forgot. You had to. Oh, that's the disclaimer. I'm sorry for everybody that didn't know. I do go on and on, so you have to say, "Hey, that's enough." If don't, then I'll
Trust me.
take up the whole show.
I
Yeah, ain't
know.
nobody gonna get no word in.
I know. But you're right.
Sorry,
But see, it is like,
sorry.
so I put it to you like this. Some people like always got something to say, but they doing the same thing that they've been doing. They don't want to. What is that?
There's Roy
Roy,
outside.
come
Oh,
on,
country
man.
self.
What?
You can't do that. You're messing up the sound. It's too loud. You have to mute
I'm
yourself.
inside now.
But anyway, you like you were saying, Shanita,
I
we
need to go outside and smoke.
I'm trying to be nice. Shanita and Roy laughing because Clark laughing because they know I'm trying to be nice. They keep interrupting me. But anyway, Tara, go ahead and expound upon it if you got something to say, man.
Yeah, so just my comment on it is like I think the bias shows up in our community, especially I'll talk about like the dating relationships, the interpersonal relationships, how we
Mm.
automatically, a lot of women, I understand, we will automatically have an opinion assumed against a man, that we formulated based on past experience. We'll have that opinion formed on him, and he really hasn't done anything to merit that response. So basically, we'll have him, and I'm sure men do the same thing, but I'm just speaking from a woman's perspective. We'll have him guilty, and he's guilty until he's proven innocent. So he already is starting from a deficit position. So I think, according to the way that I live and the circles that I move in, that's probably the way that bias shows up the most.
I have to
Mm,
agree because going back to that post that I posted,
mm,
it was about that. It wasn't about the post actually said that about a, a woman who can't control her mouth when she's angry is the same as a man who can't control his hands when he's angry. But the person that got mad on the post was she made everything about herself. I'm like, you missing the whole point. So you automatically it showed me your bias. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't saying that one ways outweighs the other. You know what I'm saying? I was saying both of them was bad. But when I gotta explain, when I
yeah.
gotta break it down to the lowest common denominator for grown folks, that shows your bias. I shouldn't have to break, in my opinion, I shouldn't have to break that down to the lowest common denominator. You know what I'm saying? And that was makes me think about you is like when you said the biases that we all have in our own community and everything. We done been through so much trauma and so much pain that it's automatically biased and it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? We got to
Yep.
start loving each other from where we at, not from what we've been through. Go ahead, Miss Lash. I know you got something to say, Miss Lash.
Oh, okay, I can hear what you're saying.
Y'all say go,
Um,
what you thinking?
you know what? I don't know if mine is biased. I just been through a whole bunch of crap. I told William some stuff. We went the whole issue with my brother right now. I'm still going through it. And I think my bias is, I don't know if it's a bias or just me being fed up. I ain't messing with nobody who ain't messing with me. And that goes, it's just like you, at a point you get tired of showing up for people, but
Mm-hmm.
people don't show up for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm at when it comes dealing with people in general now. If you can't show up for me, I'm sick of showing up for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I should not have to, you know, to me, when anybody, if we call ourselves, a good, decent person who try to reach out and help people, no one has to reach out to ask me, hey, I need this, I need that, because I see your situation. But
Right.
when people see your situation, they want to be asked. They want to, and I don't know if it's to have something over your head or to have something to throw back up in your face later. But you know what? If I gotta ask you when you see a blatant need and it's not, like for example, my brother, I have four sisters and everybody ain't show up. And I'm just like, why I gotta ask? So to me, when somebody, it's like they say, a friend in need is a friend indeed. When
So
when
can
people need you, they
can I
are
tell you
all
something that
there
I
and they're
figured
in
out in
your
life?
face.
I don't mean to cut you
Go
off,
ahead.
but this is the
No, go ahead.
reason why you have to ask because you're expecting you out of somebody else.
And my dad,
You,
that
you
was
cannot
exactly what I was fixing to say.
you cannot expect
Yeah.
you because that's what you would do. You wouldn't have to ask. You will see the need and you will feel it. When you start expecting yourself out of other people, you're gonna understand that people's not you, and you're not gonna worry about people. It's gonna go back to what you said in the beginning. I'm gonna deal with people quarterly. I'm gonna deal with people how they deal with me, because you don't expect you out of them. They're not gonna do what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Just that simple. So that they bring free space in your brain because you already know they're not gonna do what you're gonna do, and you mad at them.
You know what? I'm not gonna say I knew that, but I learned that. Now
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that, and now I know. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my thing. And I feel like I might even take that hard road with everybody, and I don't mean to. But at the same time, you get to a point to where you think, you know, you do stereotype people. You look at them
Mm-hmm.
and be like, yep, I recognize that person. I'm not fooling with that person. So
Mm-hmm.
you do kind of put them in the category and you stereotype. And I may very well be wrong about some people, but this is where people have taken me now. So
You,
this is my
you,
safe space I'm staying in.
yeah, you're not willing to take that chance. It don't take a couple of times for you to get burnt.
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, it seems like the older I get, the smaller my circle get. I
Yeah,
mean, a lot of people say that's not right, but I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it. What you thinking, Miss Tara?
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm unmuted. Yeah, no, like I just wanted to respond to a couple of things, like what Sister Last was just saying. Like I feel that, and it resonates with me. But like what I really come to understand, like at this age and life experience, I understand like two things. Number one, we have to do those things for people like out of a pure place. Like Brother Lou said, like we have to recognize that other people are not us. And so you gotta just don't deplete your emotional bank account. Just do, out of the love and stuff you have for people, never expecting anything back, right? We look the
Mm-hmm.
most like the most high when we
Hmm.
when we do for those and expect nothing in return. So that's when we look the most like who we classify as God. So I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'll say to the other brother is that brother Roy with the blue background
Nah, that's Mr.
Clark.
Clark.
is that
Clark,
brother Clark. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. What I want to say to him is like, no, I think if you have the same number of people in your circle now that you had 20 years ago, I think you doing something wrong. I think that's exactly, I think because as we expand in wisdom and as we expand in life experience and we grow out and mature out of certain things, everybody's not going to go. So I think in fact your circle should in fact is going in the right direction, according to
Hmm.
my opinion.
Yeah.
That's what I have
Mm,
to say about it.
Uh, Miss Burks,
wow.
you got something to say? You sound like you just learned a lot.
Yeah.
You got something to smoke on your
they
brain.
they all just said a mouth they just said a mouthful. And this podcast is us to give our views and how we see things. But sometimes I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, she just said something or he just said something that I need to take and put it in my pocket as well, because I'm that person as well. I expect, if I'm doing for you, I expect for you to think about, if you want to be called my friend or in my circle, I expect for you to know what my expectations are of from you, and for you basically to do the same exact thing. And that's why I think it's not us being, I won't call it a being biased, but I just think that I just feel like that's just my expectation of my circle of friends, that I do me a circle, my little circle that's smaller and smaller, that we need to help each other out. And if I'm helping you, I should feel like one day you need to help me back. I
But
shouldn't have to ask you.
let me explain about the bias though. Like your circle, like you said, your circle of friends get smaller and smaller. But you know why your circle of friends get smaller? Because like it was said earlier, you no longer do the things that you normally do. And if that person keep doing the same thing that you no longer do, you X them out of your circle. You make them small. So you have biases against that person. Nothing wrong with them, but you only can fool with them, as I like to say. You only can f with them in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't do what you do. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
including family.
And that's including family.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand the stuff that like. So I was told about Nietzsche Hamilton that I think on a different consciousness, whatever that means. Because I don't think like normal people. I think I do. I just see it differently than most people do. You know what I mean? I'm not about no
Mm.
BS. You know what I'm saying? At no time I'm about no BS. So I'm always gonna keep it 100 with you. And I say that to say this: when you have your biases, a lot of people have biases against me because they think I always want to argue. No, I just don't have time for your bullshit. Plain and simple. Because I see your bullshit coming a mile away. I don't want to argue. I don't. You just on some bullshit. That's some
Especially
people.
when it's repetitive. You don't have to deal with a person that's constantly shooting a bunch of bullshit. You don't, dude. I could, like you said, you can see it a mile away. I
Hmm.
mean, I do. I'm allergic to bullshit, so um,
And then see
You
then
start itching.
yeah, you say
yes,
start
yes,
itching.
yes.
And then when it comes to relationship, when you're dealing with a certain type of man, and I do feel bad for y'all women because the caliber of man that should be out there for y'all is just not out there in my opinion, and that's just my opinion.
Hey,
The
I'm
dating
with
pool
Clark.
got
I'm
people.
allergic to bullshit. I'm allergic to bullshit, but I don't start itching. I start fighting.
Look, wait
that
a minute,
that's
hold on,
normally the
Roy.
outcome.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute now. Look, that part of us should be already, I don't know, to my fighting and everything. Don't only fight when you have to, not because you want to.
Oh
Well,
no,
I don't
if
know.
you
Some
if you
I
know who
don't
I
know about
am
that.
and you know how I rock and you come at me sideways, shit, and you come at me sideways, you can expect to get that work.
Mhm. So
And
we gonna
these
stay
hands is calibrated and rated E for everybody.
calibrated E for everybody, but we're gonna stay on with everybody.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay about these implicit bias and everything, because them
All
hands
right.
might have some implicit bias that land you in jail or something. So so we
Oh,
don't
I'm
need that.
allergic to jail real bad. I drive by that joke and get the
Yeah.
itching.
So, but yeah, no, but I was just thinking about that because it's a lot of, and I think about how many women I missed out on or about because of my implicit bias. Not that I want any of them or anything like that, because I don't. As you get older, you get wiser. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be the plan anyway. So, because I know some people that get older, they get dumber. Plain and simple. A piece of advice from Mr. Lou that I got from my homeboy Mickey. It's mandatory to grow old, It's optional to grow up. Think about that, because everybody don't grow up. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So and then I think about the implicit bias and accountability when we have these implicit bias. Are we taking accountability for our implicit bias? Do we understand that we even have these stereotypes? Because if you see somebody in a throwback jersey and their pants sagging, I guarantee ain't none of you ladies gonna ever talk to that dude. That's implicit bias.
Mm.
Miss Lash,
Not
you muted. You muted.
not at all.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? That's implicit bias. You don't give him a chance. If you see a man with a nice pair of shoes, nice suit, you might talk to him, give him time of day, see what he's talking about, because that's where you at in life. I think our implicit bias is tied with our money and our status in life as well, because we don't want to be. I don't want to talk to Ray Ray and John and them on the corner. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a chick that's every in the week every weekend she in the club either. We done attain a certain status in life that our implicit bias of that we weed out the people that naturally weed out away from around us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you try to move forward, not backwards,
Right.
and that's what a lot of people don't want to. I don't know. It's because they like that atmosphere, or they just don't want to let it go.
Right.
I think they don't want to let it go because whatever era they're stuck in, that was a good time for them.
Yeah.
And
and they don't like change.
What would you say, Miss Williams?
I would say
Mm.
like you were just talking about how a woman wouldn't want. I think you used the example of the pants hanging down and the throwback jersey. And
Yeah.
by the same token, like gentlemen of you guys' stature, I would be surprised if you would be cool with your women, your wives, twerking on social media. Having the caterpillar, them tarantula leg eyelashes on, and
At the red light,
you
twerking
know,
on them headlights.
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna take
I,
this opportunity to
you
speak for all
because
black men. We hate
you're at a
this.
certain
F
We hate
R
this.
E E.
Yeah. Hey, say that
Yeah,
again,
and
Roy.
all the men I talk to say
Uh,
they hate it, but then the women keep doing it. So that tells me, like, I had a man. I'm gonna say this real quick. A man told me one time, like, all of this stuff, the hair, and let me just keep it real. I wear weaves, wigs, whatever I want to wear, because that don't make me. So I wear it all: weaves, wigs, anything I want to put on, I put it on. Because the black woman is the original woman. It all came from me. But anyway, so he said, like, all of that fake stuff. Women, guys don't even like that. Men hate that. So you
Yeah, we do.
obviously are doing it for
yeah.
other women. And I
Right.
was ready to argue with him, but I was like, nah, it's true. Cause guys, you can fill a room up with 100 men. 99 of them gonna tell you they hate it.
We don't want that. That's
Yeah.
not that's not what we want. And I don't understand why women don't understand that. That's that baffles me. A real man rather have you in your natural beauty, your natural femininity, than you to put on the show.
Kurt, it's crazy you say that because my boyfriend just told me the other day when I was in drive-thru, I was on the phone with him, and this lady had some really nice nails. I was like, "Oh, your nails are really pretty." My boyfriend said, "You know why women get their nails done?" I was like, "Why?" He said, "So other women can compliment because you ain't never heard a dude tell a female, 'Oh, girl, them nails on point.'" And I'm like,
Right.
you know
Ever,
what?
Thank you.
I've never
ever,
had a guy tell me your nails look good.
ever,
Ever.
ever. And
Oh
if
wow!
and if
You
and
know
if
what?
all of the women are
Mm.
keeping it, if all the women are keeping it hot, most men, like, the most time we ever get hit, men talk to us, is when we be looking busted. When we raggedy, we gonna run to Walmart real quick, and you looking busted. That's when a man be like, "Excuse me, ma'am," and you be like, "I look terrible." But when we have all that stuff on and did up,
Mm-hmm.
they
You
don't
know
even
why
check
we
them like
don't?
that.
You know why? You know why? As you said, men of our caliber don't. Because that's your representative. That's not who you are. That's just a representative.
Yeah.
And
I
Okay,
got
and
makeup wipes in the car.
yeah, we see that. We know that. Why would we want to? Why would we want to? We don't want to date your representative.
okay,
You know what I'm
Back
saying?
when
Women speak for
back
me.
when
I
I
mean, how you
was
doing, baby?
back when I was dating, and like when I was like out in the arena of dating, and I would like go out with somebody, I would meet them. I mean, I would get there in jeans, t-shirt, and my Converse. They looking like, and I'm like, this how you gonna see me every day. He said, I told him, I said, when you see me dressed up, it's for a special occasion. I don't do it every day. I don't wear makeup. So if you saw me some lip gloss on, some lipstick or whatever, it's a special occasion. But on an everyday basis, when you see me, it's gonna be jeans, t-shirt, and a pair of Converse. So I need you to see me how I am now to see if this is what you like. Because if not, if this not what you like, then I'm not for you. Because this is Tanya.
Yeah, it's the everyday. It's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the everyday
I mean,
marriage.
cause who wants a surprise? You know,
Mm.
I'm being serious.
Mm.
Hmm.
Go to bed with Angela Bassett,
Okay.
wake up with Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've seen those makeup tutorials where I wonder, is it really the same woman behind the makeup, or are they like? Cause some of them women, if it's really them, it's like that is not the same person.
I know
Hey,
I mean,
And it
exactly.
ain't even fair. It ain't even
Um,
fair to do that.
no.
when
So
it comes to that, my I have friends who they don't go out. You know, if they have to run to Walmart or something like that, they will put makeup on just to, or do something for them just to go to. I mean, just to go to Walmart. I go there. I'll be having my jogging pants on, a t-shirt, because I like couponing. I go there with my jogging pants on, a t-shirt, and my tennis shoes. I'm ready to I'm ready to go. They be like, that's why you can't get nobody. I'm like, well, if he really wants to talk to me, he will see he will see me as my in my true self, and I
Mm.
am more than, and my demeanor is not mean. Like, I don't go walking down the aisles looking like I'm about to go down there and tear somebody up. I always speak and I always have a smile on my face. I'm always in that cheerful and upbeat. So I'm not. I'm always
I mean,
approachable.
yeah, but don't get me wrong.
But I don't
Y'all,
understand. I don't say what y'all saying about that makeup and all that other stuff, because I'd be like, oh God, I got to do this. This
no,
too
you don't. No,
much.
no, because if you gotta do that to make your, in my opinion, to make your man happy, he's in love with your representative. He's not in love with you. It's just that simple. Why you need
Well,
to
I
go
put it
put
like,
on?
oh,
It ain't like we're going to
Paul, you
war. Why
said
you
you
gonna need
said
to go?
something, Louis.
Why you need to
You
go put
just
on war paint?
you know what? You just said something that may be the reason why. That may be the reason why they tell me I need to put makeup on. You said if I have to look like that for my man or husband or something, maybe that's the reason why. Because I'm single and they trying to get me to get somebody. Because
Nah, what I'm saying, no, what I'm saying is a man is gonna appreciate you for you. We all gonna grow old and get ugly.
yes,
Plain and
most
simple.
definitely.
We all gonna grow
Not
old and
all
get
of us.
ugly.
I'm gonna be handsome as hell until I'm 105.
Roy, oh Lord, have mercy.
Starting with that hair on top of your head.
hmm So,
Hey,
what you
don't
thinking
hate
about
it.
that, Miss Williams? Miss Lash dropped off again.
Oh, okay. No, I just think the examples of the conversation we're given are all ways that bias plays out, right? It's all we've got some kind of notion or idea in our head, and we either don't want to be associated with the image of the thing, or we don't want to take the time to try to unravel and say, is it more behind the image? Let me see what's behind that representative, or what's behind it, and get to the truth of it. We ain't really got time for that, so we don't want to put that work in and do it.
That's true.
Yeah,
What you
true.
what you got to say, Mr. Rice, Doctor Wise?
I was gonna say I got a couple of things to say. Number one, if I catch a woman in Walmart coupon, I'll be like, "Hey, baby, I need some paper products. What you got? I need toilet paper and paper
I got
towels."
you, boo. I'm like, I got you. I got you. I got
I'm gonna
you.
be like,
Let
no.
me
I'm
tell
gonna
you
be.
what's
I'm gonna
on
be
sale
like, no.
today.
We buy those.
I did my
No, I'm
research.
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
like,
tell
no.
you what's
We
on
buy
sale.
those in bulk from. I was just gonna say, I'm gonna
But
be like,
yeah,
no. We buy those in bulk. We buy those from Sam's or Costco because we pay more. We pay more, so we get those at a unit cost. No, y'all, you a veteran. I'm like, no. Let's go over here. to the PX or the RX or whatever y'all call it. I need that military discount.
I don't blame you because
Shoot,
we gonna want it
it
too.
ain't cheaper.
Nah, it really ain't.
If
Sure
you,
ain't.
It's not.
it's
Hmm.
not even at the commissary no more. That sucker ain't cheaper.
It was cheaper before inflation hit.
Really.
Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Every time we get a raise, the price go up in the commissary.
Hmm.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking about. A lot of people's implicit bias. It was just amazing to me, just because of that post. And it's like women agree with what I was saying. That people have been knowing me since I was a little boy. You know what I mean? And that's what I want people to know. I'm never in the mood to. It's not about men versus women for me. It's about how we all can get along and how we can help each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about for me. Cause me being mean to black women or anything like that, or women in general, doesn't benefit me.
What are you
Not
getting
one
out
bit.
of it? Nothing.
Nothing. No, I just want people to realize that. So when you coming at me like I'm trying to hurt you or something, I'm not. I'm just speaking my perspective from my point of view, which I do. I wish you would do the same. But it doesn't mean you gotta call somebody out their name, or you can say I sound like a little bitch or whatever, though, because that's not the case. I try to be respectful until I can't. But anyway, that's my
I mean,
submission.
I
Hey,
think,
bro. Hey, bro.
I,
Hey, bro, Lou. Bro, Lou. Let
Yeah.
me tell you something. You already know that the other person's argument and position has no merit when they result to name calling. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody call you a little bitch or whatever you say, you already know you can just throw out anything they say because they refuse to think and raise the level of their argument up, and they just resort to name calling. So that kind of
Mm-hmm.
person, they're not to
Right.
be taken seriously anyway.
Not to be taken seriously.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Well, what was you gonna say, Clark?
mm.
I mean, I think when it comes to like, especially like with social media, I mean, you post something on your page or whatever, and a person reads it, they have a choice whether to comment or not comment. Now,
Yes.
when you do comment and you say something reckless, it's probably you might want to think about this person's gonna clap back at you. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're trying to have a true conversation, and you're seeking somebody's opinion, you gotta check your feelings at the door. You can't come in there, oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, the world's against me. No, you ask and you shall receive.
I had posted something one time, and this young lady called me and thought I was talking about her. I posted something to this dude. We all know him, but I'm not gonna call no names because I'm gonna try to be nice. Y'all know I will, but I'm gonna try to be nice. But I had posted something to the dude. She got mad at me and said something to me. I called the young lady. I had to tell the young lady, I haven't seen you or hung out with you since high school. I don't know you. What makes you think that I was talking about you? I don't even know you. It's been over. I haven't been in high school in over 20 years. What makes you think that I was talking about you? That's why I said hit dog will holler. I wasn't talking about you.
I was gonna
I
say
didn't.
my big mama said hit dog will holler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
Mm-hmm.
man.
Clark,
but
I'm
Step on the
we
dog's
speaking on the
tail, it's gonna
keyboard
bark.
gangster.
mm-hmm. So when people get mad about what you post on social media, it's like social media is not real. You can be anybody and say anything you wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Or just
I
So
don't know.
do
I used
That's
to
something
the
see
just for
folks
ultimate
mad at
laughs.
my
representative.
internet.
and I don't even know you. And then the sad thing about it, well, me and so used to date back in the day, and I don't even know this. I didn't even know y'all used to date. But you upset. What kind of make
It's
it
just,
make
Hey
it's
man,
sense?
she
sort of
still
like
wa-
this.
she
It's
still
it's
want to be
like
with
this,
you.
William. It's like the way that person misinterpreted what you said, but you wasn't talking to them. It's just like when you're in church and the sermon, the word that the pastor is preaching, it touches you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It make you feel some type of way. And that's
Mm-hmm.
just the way that person
If you
was.
can't say
I
amen,
mean,
say ouch.
Say ouch.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I mean, it's I don't know. I think with some people, I think the older some people get, the softer they get too.
Mm.
I mean, you can't have these Stay Puft Marshmallow Man type feelings.
Miss Lash, if you still watching, you can call back in. Miss Burks, what you got to say?
So much, Lou.
We listening. We got a little time left. Not
I
much.
give you the concise. It's. I just feel like in society today, it just it's so it's just so much stuff. So I might say stuff. So many things that's going on within our community amongst us that it's like it's crazy. Like we like our conversation that we're all having now. Who would if somebody else was on the outside looking in and they was like, dang, they don't got nothing else to do, just sit around and just talk about crazy stuff. But no, it's not that. But I feel like communication is the key to open up this, like you said, like this podcast is for to open up communication so that we can know and we can recognize certain things. Maybe one day I might see a guy walking down the street with his pants hanging down and with a jersey on, and I'm not going. The first thing that's going to come to my mind is, "Oh, he a hoodlum." No, it just that may just be his style. But as a society, I feel like we all should get educated on different lifestyle, different cultures within our community, and educate each other like we're doing now on 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 certain things. I
Yeah,
mean, on
I
not
agree
being
with you.
biased.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean,
I mean, but
so,
and you have to have that open mind. If you don't have that open mind to want to learn and and be that sponge to soak up things, be like, oh wow, my daughter was talking to me the other day and she saw us saying some stuff, and I'm just like, what in the heck are you talking about? What does being in motion mean? What does being green mean? I don't know all this stuff you're talking to me about, and I'm just like, oh my God, where has the world gone to in society that she's at work, so that's why she's not on right now.
mhm.
But it's like if we can just open up our eyes and be able to allow ourselves to be educated on different things, other than being a closed mind,
Yeah,
being in that closed mind. And
Shanita, you gotta have an open mind about everything. That is like one of the
yes, you
biases
have
for
to,
me.
because if you don't, it's gonna. I
Yeah,
mean, if you don't have an open mind about the world today,
Daniel.
then I remember my grandmama, my great grandmama used to hide their money and stuff in the mattresses, the stuff in the houses. They don't because they didn't trust banks. Shoot, now you put your money in the, of course you might some of the banks are going
Hmm.
bankrupt, but then now your houses. They build these houses so crazy these days. Your house is susceptible to burn down, and all the money in the damn mattress gone.
Yeah,
So
but
we have to
listen,
be have an
Shanita,
open mind.
listen, Shanita, you're right. So what I was saying about bias is, so when I was in the military, a lot of people used to think that my wife was white, and I used to be like, why? Why do people think my wife was white? And it was because I used proper English when I spoke to people. It was because I handled myself accordingly. When I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm at home, I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? And you remember, I forgot. You remember Juan went Galloway and the other girl that stayed that was in the CO's office. I can't think of her name. She
Nicole.
always no, not Oliver, the other girl. She always said that my wife was white because of the way I talk. No, work is work. I said my wife is totally black. You don't understand.
Mm.
That's a bias that you have for me because you don't expect a black man to be able to talk to you on your level. You know what I'm saying?
Or when I tell them that I was in the military for 21 years and I was a machinist mate. What?
Yeah.
You was a machinist mate? Yes. 21 long, hot burning up years. Yes, I was. Or when they see us, like today, I do DoorDash, and it was a guy there, and his wife came to the door, and they had DV tags. Here in Florida, you get DV tags if you're 100% disabled, right? And I said, and I told his wife, thank you for your service. And she said, thank you. Thank you. And he was like, but my husband was in the military. My husband is the one. And I said, the only reason why I told you, thank you for your service is because people always assume that my husband or my husband, it was in the military. They don't never think that I'm here. So when I see a woman when they have a DV tag, I always tell her that and let her be the one to say, no, my husband is in the military. I
And
don't
that would
give
be
them.
implicit bias. That would be implicit
It
bias that
will
people
be.
have towards you. Yes, towards women because they don't see women as retiring from the military. They don't see women as doing. That would
No, they
be
don't. They don't. They don't look at that. And I'm just like,
yeah.
and the man
And
was like, "Oh, you were active duty," and I was like, "Yes."
that
I
would
was
be
in the
implicit
Navy,
bias.
21 years.
What you got to say, Mr. Rice?
About the implicit bias. Well, I got
Anything,
a long
anything.
military history in my family. My grandfather, some uncles, my mother, and it's a lot of times that women aren't really looked at like that, and that is an implicit bias.
Mhm. What you got to say, Mr. Clark?
Oh, I ain't gotta say nothing. I mean, I agree with just about everything everybody's saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of figured it was. I don't want to do no more shows about what they're talking about men and women. That's not what I'm about. Again, you know what I'm saying. People need to realize you need to think, and the only way we're gonna get anywhere in this world is helping each other. And the reason I say that, I look at the people out in California right now, in Southern California. I see on the news they got 9 feet of snow, and a young lady she complaining because the authorities don't can't get to them to help dig them out. But do she understand? In order for them to get to where they need to get to, they got to go through that same 8 feet of snow that you're complaining about.
Yep.
What you upset about the authorities, and then so if we continue to have these implicit bias towards each other when stuff like that happen, we'll never survive as a race, as a human, as a race, as a people, anything. Because you're gonna let little Johnny and little Susan sit over there and starve because you don't like them because of whatever. That's how deep I think. I don't think like that. It's never about men versus women for me. So anyway, that's my spiel for the
Mm.
night. Miss Terry, you got any final thoughts? We've been on 47 minutes. We can start wrapping this up.
Yeah, I guess we'll just say my final comments would be like, just thinking about the conversation with everybody tonight. And, I think that we as individuals, like, I'm no longer focused on the whole, like, we as the community and we as the culture, we can't do this. And I don't even think in those perspectives anymore. I just think about myself and those people to whom I have a reach of influence to. And if everybody thought in that way, then you automatically are going to build the community, the culture, the environment that way.
Yeah,
So that's
each
just
one
kind of,
teach one.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think higher thoughts, higher level thoughts, and just continue to vibrate at a higher level.
Mm-hmm. Miss Burks, your final thoughts?
Just in my final thoughts, I just over this whole conversation, over the whole implicit bias topic, is just keep an open mind. Don't be closed minded on a lot of on things, because when you do that, when you have that closed mind, you're not doing nothing but
We lost her. Go ahead, Mr. Clark.
Try to. I think everybody needs to. We all as a people need to be quicker to open our minds, not just our mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mr. Rice.
I guess my phone got crazy with me for a minute.
Mr. Rice, what's
Hey, if you get rid of that flip phone, you might be all right.
I'm old, but I ain't that old now. God dang.
Uh, my closing statement would be the answer. It's acceptable to answer a question with I don't have enough information to make an informed opinion on that subject. Just you saying I don't know is sometimes the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. This would be my
Yeah,
final.
it's
This.
absolutely.
Oh.
Sometimes it's better to say, "Hey, I don't know shit."
Mm-hmm. But this will be my final
I tell them
thoughts.
in a minute, I don't know shit.
Yeah, this will be my final thoughts. Um, and it's for us, and in my opinion, as a people, until we totally be honest with ourselves and really be honest with what we got on with ourselves, we'll never grow within ourselves. Because you can't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And when you're honest with yourself, it allows you to be honest with everybody else. The more you continue to deny and hide behind who you're not, the more problems you're gonna have. Just like, and I'm gonna use this example. I'm gonna use Tara's example. I probably hadn't talked to Tara the first time I talked to her in probably about 20 years. But my character, who she knew me to be from the past, allowed her to like, yeah, I will talk to him and see what he wants. I've
Mm.
always been honest. I've always been 100 with people, and people got to continue to do that to these days. We all want the same thing. We all want a living wage, a good home to live in, take care of our family, and do the things that we like to do and travel a little bit. So we should never have no bias towards anybody else because we all want the same thing. And then
Mm-hmm.
in closing, I just say, hey, take care of each other, love each other, and remember, we all want the same thing. That's all I can
Yeah.
say.
In the end, we all want the
Amen.
same
Yeah,
thing.
we all
Amen to
want the
that.
same thing. But again, I thank y'all from coming on and everything. So uh, we are going to end.